Hello, my beautiful Sagittariuses. As a fellow Sag, I welcome you to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before and you're just seeing my face after a while, welcome back. I know it has been a while since I have posted anything, and I just had to take quite a bit of time off of all things social, moving across the country and whatnot, and now I'm settled and actually moving again this month. So just feeling good in the energy and space that I'm in and ready to share with you guys on in this new frequency. So this is going to be Sagittarius's reading for September and what September holds. Again, if this resonates, please share with another fellow Sag. Be sure to watch your rising and moon signs as well, because those might really speak to you. And let's get into the reading. All right, so calling upon Archangel Michael to not only protect myself and this reading, but anybody that is watching this reading as well. Archangel Michael, please put a layer of protection around us with white light. And thank you, Divine Spirit and Source, for making me a conduit. Clear conduit for all that Sagittarius needs to see and know for the month of September. All right, and let's see what September holds for Sagittarius. Okay, Spirit, what energy? Too many cards. What energy does the month of September hold for Sagittarius? All right, so we got the Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords both upright. What do Sagittariuses need to be aware of this month in September? What does Sagittarius need to be aware of this month? And just so you know also, guys, if something resonates, please take it. If it lands as truth, take it, utilize it, let it integrate. If it doesn't, leave it. It might be meant for somebody else. These are general readings. They're timeless, and I could be channeling for somebody really specific right now that I know or that Spirit knows is going to watch this. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, Spirit, what does Sagittarius need to be aware of in the month of September? I feel like maybe because I'm a Sagittarius, I'm like, what do I need to be aware of? Okay, we got the Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Star all upright. This is great. I'm feeling really good about this. Ooh, and the Ten of Hearts was at the bottom of the deck with that. So lots of fulfillment and fruition, Saggies. All right, so what is the lesson that Saggies are working on this month? What is the lesson that Sag is working on this month? These cards just flew out. The Ace of Wands and the Hierophant reversed, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Oof. We're getting a lot of cards, Sagittarius. Okay, Spirit, can we cut it down to one? Okay, and what is Sagittarius's higher self asking for this month? Okay, Spirit, what is Sagittarius's higher self asking for this month? This deck is really old, but I feel like it's really sticky. What is Sagittarius's higher self asking for this month, Spirit? The Six of Hearts reversed and the Devil upright. Okay, and then what spiritual guidance do you have for Sagittarius this month? Spirit, what spiritual guidance do you have for Sagittarius this month? What spiritual guidance do you have for Sagittarius this month? Too many, Spirit. Keep it down to one, maybe two. What is the spiritual guidance for Sagittarius this month. God, there's like an avalanche of cards always. The Two of Hearts and the Tower reversed. Híjole. Okay, Saggies, let's get into it. And then the Death card on the bottom. So I think we are coming into a major transformation this month, fellow Saggies, which is really exciting. Transformation and change means a lot of new beginnings. So where we start, what does the month hold for Sagittarius energetically? The Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I feel like we are navigating through what reality has been serving up to us, and we're learning how to be more deciphering and make decisions based on what our innate truth is. We're learning how to make decisions based from our heart and not our head. We're learning how to decide from a place of balance. We're learning how to, you see this moon and the night sky up here, we're learning how to tune into our intuition. And we're learning how to kind of navigate the minefield. If you look at this card, the Seven of Swords, this is usually like deceit or deception, or like somebody's hiding something. But I feel like we're becoming really deciphering this month, learning how to utilize our own intuition and finding balance with acknowledging what is real and what is not real for us. What is a paradigm, or something that the quote unquote machine is pumping out in the matrix to make you believe something is a certain type of way or a reality, when in reality, the more we tune in, the more we understand, like, no, that doesn't quite feel right. That doesn't quite feel resonant. Like, I'm going to go ahead and, like I stated at the beginning, take what lands as truth and leave what doesn't. This month, you're really, Saggies, you're really going to be understanding what is landing as truth and learning how to navigate the deceit, navigate what isn't truth, okay? We're learning how to walk away from what doesn't feel good and doesn't feel resonant to us, and picking up and taking on what does, and being like, oh no, that lands as truth deep within my being. If you guys want a little recap, I have a video on my Instagram. I can actually link it below, that will help you learn how to navigate from your INS, your internal navigation system, utilizing your heart and your body as your compass and barometer to make your decisions. Okay, this is so beautiful, Saggies. I love that this is the energy that is coming through for us this month. Okay, and so what do we need to be aware of? Okay, all good things. I don't know if you guys watch any other people, but so many blessings are coming your way, dear Sagittarius. We have the Star card. You are becoming the star of your own life. This is abundance. This is like the light shining upon you, you getting opportunities. It is literally like everything is coming up and into your hands. Like, you're not pouring it out, it's coming up for you. Whether or not you know it or see it yet, you are about to become a star, and there's a lot of eyes that are going to be on you. A lot of opportunities are going to be falling into your field. This is this is reaffirmed by the Magician here, where he's literally pulling something up from the earth, water up from the earth, and like manipulating, or being the alchemist, right? Utilizing the elements and manipulating them to his will, right? And there's a monarch butterfly here at the top. Transformation, change. That's exactly what we're going through. That's exactly what the month holds energetically for us. Moving through big changes, really big changes, really big restructuring happening for our foundations. I'll get into that at the end. But our castle is right back here, and we're literally at the forefront being like, no, I fucking got this. Like, look, I'm a magician. I know how to work the elements. I know how to be the alchemist in my life. I am a fucking star. I'm shining bright, and blessings are literally just falling off the tree into my little tray here. I've got birds and bees flying around me, and I'm just like, there's abundance all around. Like, literally, Sagittarius, if you have not felt like abundance is your birthright, get ready to, especially with the new moon On the 6th, anything that you have been waiting to initiate, if you initiate it within the time of the new moon, which is Labor Day for us in the United States, and 10 days after that, thereafter, is the most potent time. And literally, we are going to be seeing so much positivity, so much light, so many opportunities, so many abundant blessings, magic. The universe is just going to be showering upon you, Sagittarius. This is like the sickest. I'm so excited because I'm a Sagittarius. So this is kind of like the sickest reading I've had in a long time, where I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm ready. I am ready. I don't know about you, other dear Sagittariuses, but I am ready for some blessings and prosperity in my life. And in a big fucking way. Like, that's what this is saying. In a big way, it's all coming to us. And I could not be more excited for that. All right. So what is your lesson, or what are you working through this month? We got the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. Again, beginnings in new things happening in our physical reality. This is all coming to fruition, and it's just the beginning for us, okay? But our lessons, or whatever we're working through this month, is the Ace of Wands, learning how to initiate and utilize the fire within us for good, right? For the greater good of all involved, not just for our own personal gain. And the Hierophant reversed. So we're literally taking, it goes back to this beginning thing, right? What the Matrix and the powers that be are sharing with us is like, no, this is the reality that you live in. This is what you've been taught to live in. Like, this is the way you do things. Like, and we're like, no, that's really not, that doesn't feel good to me anymore. So I don't want to do that anymore. And so the Hierophant is really based on tradition, following the rules, doing what's always been done, and we got it reversed. So it's literally like we're taking action, or learning how to take action in turning tradition on its head to have this new beginning, to have the star, to be the star in our life, to be the magician, and to have the abundant blessings that comes from being and learning how to live in our sovereignty. And we have to learn how to initiate that first and foremost within ourselves, but we also have to turn tradition on its head and tell anybody that's come before us, no, that's not the way you have to do things. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm going to do things my own way. And from that, I'm going to have a new start to my blessings, my abundance, to the physical reality that I'm creating. And that all comes from within. And when you look at the Hierophant, there's a man and a woman down here at the bottom. They're separated. The woman's sitting and she's kind of holding her belly, like she might be pregnant. And then the man is on his knee, like asking for her hand in marriage. A lot of times the Hierophant can mean marriage or tradition, right? But it's like, no, that doesn't really work for me. Like, I don't want to be married in the traditional sense. Like, I want to be able to do the things I want to do first and then go get married. I want to do the things that I want to be able to do first, that I want to do, before I commit to somebody else or commit my life to something else, right? So we're learning how to do that. We're learning how to like turn tradition on its head. And then with the Ace of Wands, this is like we're lighting the match within ourselves. And she's got all these cuts on her hand, but it's like we're willing to do the dirty work. We're learning how to wipe the slate clean and be like, no, I'm going to strike a different match. I'm going to do the necessary work to turn whatever I've been taught on its head. And I'm going to feel this out for myself, like, I don't know about you guys, but I had to learn lessons the hard way. I remember my mom, and she would always ask me, like, why don't you ever listen to me? And I'm like, Mom, it's not that I'm not listening to you, but I'm like, I literally have to physically know or go through an experience to understand and get the lesson from it. Like, it's just something that I have to do. Like, you can tell me you're blue in the face. don't touch that, it's hot, you're gonna burn yourself. But innately, somehow, I'm gonna touch that thing and it's gonna be fucking hot and I'm gonna burn myself. To understand, don't touch that thing, it's hot, I'm gonna burn myself, right? And it has to happen, right? So it's like we have to learn, sometimes we have to actually go through the thing to learn the lesson. And that's what we're doing here. We're doing the hard work this month. We're learning our lessons. We're turning tradition on its head. And from that, we're getting a new beginning in prosperity, in our abundance, in the physical reality. Our physical reality, Sagittarius, is about to change on a really, really mass scale. But remember, I said this can't be from a place, you cannot be utilizing this energy from a place of personal gain. You have to be thinking about the bigger picture this month. What I'm getting is in the next card, in the next question, what is your higher self asking for this month? When we got the Devil card, this is a card of illusion. It's a card of wearing a mask. It's a card of being too invested in the physical reality, in our earthly possessions, right? We have to be attuned not only to what's happening in the physical reality, but knowing that what we're creating and what we're giving back and what we're being of service in and to is for the greater good, right? It's not just for our own personal gain, which would be the Devil here. So our higher self is asking for us to really look at this. Where do we put on a mask? Where do we, where are we tempted by things in the physical reality? Where are we tempted to say like, oh, I want more money, so I'm going to choose this, but it's like, wait, hold on. But is it for the greater good of humanity to choose this or take this job or do this thing if it's going to be hurting other people just because it's going to be growing my bank account? Like, you have to really be thinking about the bigger picture and make sure that it's lining up, right? Coming into discernment with your inner truth, being able to choose between the two sides of what you're being shown, what you're being given, what you're being fed, and what innately is within you. And this is like the feather right here. When you're listening to your intuition and you're following divine guidance, they cannot talk to you when you're super heady, when you're overly consumed, when you have too much going on in your field. You have to get quiet, you have to get soft. And when spirit talks to you, it's like a feather landing in the back of your mind. It literally just softly lands, and that's how they give you the messages. So you have to find quiet and stillness. You have to find that peace. That's why we get so many downloads in the shower or something when we're not doing anything. We're disconnected from everything else and we're just like, kind of at peace. Whether you're singing or not, it's like a lot of people get inspiration when they're in the shower, and that's because there's not a lot of extra, sensory things going on except you cleansing, right? And being in tune with your body and what you're doing. So what your higher self is asking for this month is to be really aware of where you've put on a mask, where you've been allured with the physical reality, and to be super deciphering around that. And the Six of Hearts reversed, right? So this is like a new beginning in love. This is joy. This is like celebration. There's 3 little kids here and 6 hearts, and they're kind of like running over a hill. And it, like, be super deciphering and have fun, but know that this is like just the beginning. Like, there's still a lot of work to do. You can't just play all day and not take the inspired action that you need to take. We really need to do, where was that card? We really need to do the hard work within, right? We need to do this hard work. We need to take a hard look in the mirror and understand what we're not willing to accept anymore, what mask we're not willing to wear anymore. And after that, from that, allowing ourselves to celebrate. But it's only after it comes from the hard work of doing the hard introspection that we get this, okay? And then what is your spiritual guidance for this month, Sagittarius? We got the Two of Hearts and the Tower reversed. So again, the Tower card is really based on a restructuring of your foundation. It's reversed though. So what I'm getting is like, this has already happened. Like your structure has changed. You're probably and maybe in the process of moving. I know I am. And the Two of Hearts is new love, new relationship. I feel like this maybe is something that's developing or hasn't quite come in yet for you, or is on the verge of coming in through this Tower moment. Like you're working through some major stuff, and as you work through that stuff, this love can start to come in. But we have to have self-love first, right? We have to understand where we have put allurements in front of what our actual desire was, where we have let others dictate who we are and how we show up in the world, right? And when we do all that work, you know, it's literally a complete transformation in the foundation of how we actually show up in the world, of how we live, of who we are, who we let ourselves be. And through that is going to come this new love of self, love in so many facets. And I think it keeps coming back to this. What do you need to be aware of this month? Like, you need to hold yourself as a star of the show, right? You need to be your own alchemist and know that the transformation is necessary in order to get all of the blessings and abundance and receive this. Oh, Sagittarius, I love you. If you are going through a Tower moment right now, I am here for you. I feel you. I'm here to help you through this journey. If you are wanting more clarification on what you're navigating, please feel free to reach out and sign up for a reading, an energy clearing, or I have a year in review reading. I don't do just regular readings anymore as an offering. You have to either get an energy clearing with it, or you have to do a year in review where we do a year out for the next 12 months. And the Death card was at the bottom of the deck, Sagittarius. So with death, there always comes new life, and we're coming into fall, you know? It's like we're burying that old version of ourselves, and we're really allowing ourselves to come out in all of our glory, in all of our light. We're allowing ourselves to stand in our light, to shine bright, and I fucking love that for you, Sagittariuses. All right, so let's get a message for Sagittarius spirit. What message do you have for Sag this month? What heart message do you have for Sag this month? What are you needing us Sages to know for the month of September? What is our heart message for Sagittarius this month, Spirit? Spirit, what is the heart message for Sagittarius? Okay, a few of these came out. Woman in movement, strength empowered, rise up, light the way, love and support, alignment with all she is. Yeah, Sag, you're aligning. You're learning how to be in your divine feminine. And if this is a man watching, your divine feminine is in being the receiving mode, right? You're learning how to balance your divine feminine and masculine and be in this receptive mode, to be the invitation, right? To allowing things in. God is with me. In his care, nurtured, rest in him, be lifted, love surrounds, surrounded and supported, love. Look how beautiful that is. To just sit and be surrounded by love. And from the heart, give your all, receive and flow, straight from the heart, abundance and light, speak truth with power from on high, angels guiding and supporting. And you see these two people holding hands together. Here you go, Sagittarius. God is with you, woman in movement, and from the heart. I mean, we're learning how to operate from our heart. And, you know, I don't get super political, but what is happening in Texas is going to be rolling out. So if you are somebody that feels like you're speaking of living from your sovereignty, your body and your choice should be your own. Each one of our truths is going to be innately and uniquely different. We're not always going to see eye to eye, but we shouldn't judge others for how they see or what they choose either. So, with that being said, I might put some links down below, but really, like, this is something that's probably going to be rolling out across the country if you live in the United States. And if you're somebody that believes, like I do, in pro choice, I believe that someone's sovereignty, that they should have choice over their body, no matter what that is. And I don't think that a woman's body, that she should have to choose to carry a baby to term if it is not something that feels innately true within her, or she's not ready, you know? So I don't want to get too far into that, but just know that if you are for pro-choice, please do something to stand up for the women that now do not have a choice in Texas and now may not have a choice in other places where this rolls out. This is so near and dear to my heart because I am a woman. I've not had an abortion before, but I do believe that if I had gotten pregnant before in my early 20s or teens, I probably would have had an abortion because I was definitely not ready to raise a child. And I don't think I would be ready to give up something that I carried to term either. So this is a very slippery slope to even engage in. But with that being said, with this card that came up of woman in movement, stand by the women that are in this movement if that is something that you agree with. Please, whether or not you're in Texas, look at what laws are passing in your state and make sure that you're voting against anything that aligns with that, okay? And I got these beautiful new gemstone cards from the Tamed Wild, and we're going to see what gemstone would best support Sagittarius this month. Sorry to get political and really into that, but it really, I'm from Texas, and my Texas sisters and brothers, you know, like I don't think it's fair. And I know life isn't fair, but this is not something that should be decided by a bunch of white politicians and men in general. You know, this is something that each person, I think, should have their sovereignty over their own body. And with that being said, selenite, Sag, is your gemstone of the month for September. The guardian crystal, its healing properties are physically, selenite is said to be a powerful general healer with high energy. As a protector, it is best placed in the center of the home or workspace to protect against physical and spiritual attacks. A guardian stone, selenite is revered by healers as the ideal crystal for casting a safe net around loved ones. It is associated with the astrological sign Cancer. The herbs and plants associated with it are chamomile, lemon balm, rose, and poppy. The element and the planet associated are the water and moon. The chakras associated are the brow or third eye and sacral chakra, and it is associated and connected to the archangel Gabriel. So the history, ritual, and lore of selenite, it says, as a gypsum crystal, selenite is commonly used as wands in crystal healing. Speaking of, let me move my computer a little bit. I have a big wand of selenite here right behind my computer. The selenite is derived from the Greek word selene, meaning moon. This protective crystal is known to cleanse other crystals and is commonly seen with other crystals atop it. Legends say that when God was creating the divine light, he took a breath and exhaled. That breath became selenite. It is also believed that a piece of selenite in your room will keep evil at bay. So, with that being said, Sagittarius, get yourself some selenite this month. If you don't have it, carry it with you. This is a super soft stone, so don't run it under water. You can charge it in a plate if you have a smaller one, a bowl of pink sea salt, Himalayan sea salt, or under the full moon. it's actually best to charge under the full moon. Because it's connected to the moon. So Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful. If it was, please feel free to like and leave a comment below. Sorry, a little nap. If you would like to donate to the channel, I do have a PayPal link down below. And if you would like to work with me, either book on my website, which is linked down below, or check out my Patreon. I have a lot of offerings there that are less in cost, but you can access working one-on-one with me and working more closely with me, if not one-on-one, for a fraction of the cost there. And that link is below as well. Share this with a friend. If it resonated, make sure to check out your rising and moon sign as well. And there might be a message in there for you too. And yeah. Okay, Sagittarius, have a great September. Love you bunches. Ciao.